Folks, I couldn't even give you a rehearsed intro right now because, quite frankly, I am still shaking from what I witnessed last night. It is crazy to think that finally, in a game of the year, the Buffalo Bills are on the winning side. How many games of the year, most notably the Minnesota Vikings game, when Justin Jefferson brought down that 4th and 20, when it was the 13-second game in the playoffs, every single part of me wanted to believe that old man Prater was going to go out there and kick that game-winning field goal. But I had like this feeling in the back of my head. I was just like, all right, like what's going to go wrong? Is this shit going to get blocked? Which it almost did. What we did last night, it's so intoxicating with all of the thoughts that are running through my head right now, as far as how we were quite literally down 40-25 with 4 minutes left in the game, 4.5 minutes down left in the game. And our defense, that perceivably couldn't stop a nosebleed all evening, had a fumble recovery followed by a third down stop, a third down, which was the Achilles heel of ours for the longest time. And we had the MVP march down the field, put the Buffalo Bills in field goal position, and we win a game 41-40 where, boys, I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't think that we were ever in that game. How this team was able to pull this off, I'm still shocked that I am talking to you like this morning. It is an intoxicating feeling. I don't know how to really put all of this in words, but the Buffalo Bills are 1-0, 41-40, an absolute masterpiece of a fourth quarter where we saw Josh Allen put up 250 yards in just a single quarter, nearly threw for 400 yards in total on the ground. It was the weirdest game. And so I think that I've ever seen in my entire life. It was weird because for some reason, like when you look at the box score and you see how much production that this team had on individual success rates, I didn't believe it. I did not believe it. I thought that our play calling was questionable. I thought that our defense, again, couldn't stop a nosebleed. We couldn't stop the run. But God, guys, maybe some of us can continue to bitch a little bit about, oh my God, it's the run defense. But what was the number one thing? What was the number one thing that a lot of us got frustrated about this defense over for years? It's not particularly that we can't consistently stop the run. It's not particularly that we can't consistently stop these third down conversions. The main narrative around this team, and the thing that frustrated myself, and as I know many of you, was that our defense couldn't step up in key moments when we needed them to. Say whatever you want about this defense last night, and trust me, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that we need to improve on. But by God, that defense made plays when we needed them to. In the big moments, every single big moment, that Buffalo Bills defense made a play. Whether or not it was Ed Oliver, who, by the way, had himself a damn Aaron Donald type game last night. I feel like a lot of us aren't talking about that. Multiple tackles for losses, a sack, a fumble recovery, and to put us in that position in the first place. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. My brother, shout out to my brother who's in the building right now. Guys, like I am again at a loss of words. I cannot wait to unpack this game with you today. We are going to be opening up the Garage Beer Hotline later on the episode. I'm welcoming my buddy Tommy onto the show here in a bit so we can unpack this game together, look at the box stats, look at everything else that is potentially running through your damn mind. I am still shocked of what we witnessed. But rest be assured, the Buffalo Bills ended up winning big. Guys, as you're coming in, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up sign. It's the easiest way to show love on this show. We crossed 45,000 subscribers last night, which is absolutely insane. And that's all thanks to you for hitting that thumbs up sign. As always, I'm nosy and I want to understand where everybody is tuning in from. So do me a favor, guys. As you are coming in, I'm talking to the lurkers, to the people that maybe don't engage in the live chat too often. Don't be shy. Let me know where you're tuning in from. What corner of the continental United States are you watching from? What corner of the globe are you watching from? Let me know. Let's roll call Bills Mafia. Hope everyone's having a giant smile on their face this beautiful Monday morning. And let's get into it. Guys, I need to give a giant shout out to our proud partner today. That just so happens to be Sleeper. Not only did my favorite team win in an absolute nail biter, I need to go on ahead and give a giant shout out to me knowing ball and hitting my parlay on Sleeper. I felt that Dalton Kincaid and James Cook were going to have a big game in the receiving side of things. Granted, these all surpassed in the fourth quarter, so it was literally on the line. I turned $10 into $55 on Sleeper by itself. It's the number one player prop platform on the market today. I'm going to be taking this cash and trying to flip it for the Monday night game for the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears tonight. But say, for example, that you want to hop in on the action, guys. They are matching 100% of your first deposit all the way up to $100. All right, guys, shout out to Sleeper for being a proud partner here. And I'm going to build up a parlay before this episode is over so all of us can continue to make a little bit of cash, baby. Insane, dude. What is going on, man? Everybody, like I said, let me know where you're tuning in from. Shout out to my little brother who's in the chat. You are the man. San Jose, California is in the building. Charleston, South Carolina, Slick Beats. We have New Jersey's in the building. Long Island, New York. Cincinnati is in the building. Gee, I'm sure you're happy with us, aren't you, my friend? Sao Paulo, Brazil is in the building. Buffalo, New York. Bimini, Bahamas is in the building. Texas, we're in this shit. Yes, we are. South Buffalo, Wilmington, North Carolina. Go Bills. Shout out to Big Bosa as well from Zayflower's mom's house. Oh, my God. Let's go, Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo from Buffalo. Q Trucker came in with the first super chat of the evening. TD's Dolphins still going 14-3. Go Bills. Haha. We have Jacksonville, North Carolina. Calgary is in the building. Cheektowaga, Buffalo, New York. Paige is saying, I'm lurking from Olean, New York. Victory Monday feels good, Dan. It certainly does, Paige. Albion, New York. Go Bills. Chattanooga is in the building. We have Coney Island. Brooklyn, New York. Oh, look at that. Coney Island. I love it, dude. We have Chile, New York, Erie, Pennsylvania, Brooklyn, New York. Guys, do not be shy. In Maryland, Pink Circle. I'm sure you're having a great day over there. Kennesaw, Georgia's in the building. Hurley, New York, Northern New Jersey, Long Island, New York, North Buffalo, Charlotte, North Carolina, Alfredo, Orlando, Florida, Salisbury, Maryland, El Paso, Texas, Danbury, Connecticut, Babylon, New York. We are going undefeated this season. I love that energy. David is coming in. Brother, you saw me last night. Put Kincaid, TD, and Cook rush plus received. $10. Made that 100 because of you, bud. Thank you so much, man. I really hope that you did it on Sleeper. And if you didn't do it on Sleeper, you can thank me by downloading Sleeper, my friend. Oh, guys, come on, man. Come on. Like, tell me that wasn't Storybook. That was quite literally the last game in Highmark Stadium history, in the Ralph Wilson game history. And that's where we were at. This team defied all odds. And, I mean, I got to be honest with you, I never once thought that we were in that game. I never felt like we were in that game until the last 4 minutes. Insane. You want to know some of the big standouts, too, that really made things even more interesting? How about Josh Allen? And, like, no one's been talking about this because so many positive things happened. One of the biggest key points to that game was Josh Allen's perfectly timed pass to maintain 1 second on the clock for the Buffalo Bills to have an opportunity of hitting that field goal. If we didn't do that, folks, we lose this game. We lost that game. That is a play that I feel like a lot of us haven't really been talking about because we're all focused on the fourth quarter. But the fact that Josh Allen was able to perfectly time that last pass in the first half for us to make the field goal and make it a one-score game, give us that insurance policy, we wouldn't have won that game, folks. This was a perfect example of we needed every play to go our way. And we had every single damn play go our way. Like we saw the Ravens running off of the field during the half, but no, we had 1 second. It was perfectly timed. No one's talking about that play. That was bar none one of the most important ones that we did. That Keon Coleman catch in the last quarter was absolutely sick. Athleticism. Athleticism, folks. If you guys were worried about Keon Coleman's development last year, people were like, oh my God, we should have got Xavier Worthy. Oh, and my God, with Keon Coleman's never going to be a wide receiver number one. I got to be honest with you. Last night, Keon Coleman, and he was not being covered by any bum either. I'll tell you that. He was putting out wide receiver one type energy last night, folks. I got to tell you what. Like, come on. Like, we can go on ahead and see this. Like, that was hands down one of the most impressive Keon Coleman touchdowns I've seen. Talk about athleticism. Talk about paying attention, because that wasn't even intended to this young man. Like, that wasn't even intended right over here. I'm going to have to see. So the Bills have a wide receiver number one. His name is Keon Coleman. Dude, like what can you do here? Sports Gamer is coming in. People asked me late last year why I drafted Josh Allen in the second round instead of waiting. Well, they know why I did it again this year, by the way. David was one of the biggest wins I've seen since the 90s. My heart rate has not gone down. This can't be healthy for my blood pressure. But, folks, guys, 425 of you are in here, 253 on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up sign. We were about to be welcoming in my buddy Tommy, really to unpack all of his thoughts as well, because, again, I need to get my mind straight, because so many positive things happened last night. So many negative things happened last night that, like, we need to, like, really just, like, decompress, right? And debrief on what happened, because so much did a lot of good things. Talk to him, Dan. That's what I'm talking about. We have Joey. Jackson Hawes, my lord, in the clutch moment. Alfredo, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. Man, dude, great win from the Raiders yesterday, man. Thank you so much for taking down the New England Patriots. That is awesome. Ravens are just going to run it, and the defense just has to accept it and try to stop them. On offense, has to be efficient and score points. Keon looked different. Beth B. Well, as Bills fans, we know now that the Chiefs feel every time they beat us. I feel like last night might have been the closest I've ever felt to feeling what Chiefs fans probably feel all the time. Games where it seems like they're just not going to win, but somehow, some way, they pull something out of their ass. And when the clock hit 0 in the fourth quarter, there Buffalo is. Last night was probably the closest I've ever felt to what I'd imagine it feels like to be a Chiefs fan. Because while I never gave hope, and shout out to everybody that was rocking with me last night during my live play-by-play, and please put a 1 in the chat if, for example, that you were here with me during the live play-by-play reaction. And for those of you that weren't there, y'all gotta join me next Sunday. Have to join me next Sunday, man. We have a great time over here. We really do. But, like, look, even when I had a bunch of Ravens fans in here spewing, so the clown emojis, pointing at me, etc., I kept telling people, and even Bills fans were calling me delusional. Like, many were calling me delusional, right in the chat. And I said, look, I'm sorry, but I'm not giving up unless Buffalo is down by 2 scores, or unless Buffalo is down by 3 scores. I was saying that all game. And I wasn't just saying that to be entertaining at all. I genuinely knew that as long as Buffalo's offense continued to keep on going, I knew that our defense was good for a turnover. I knew it. Like we averaged 2 turnovers a game last year. And we had the vast majority of our key players that produced that metric back out on the field. I knew a turnover was coming. So as long as Buffalo was keeping it reasonably within a 1-score game for the most part, I mean, you're damn right I wasn't giving up. Like, no way. I've seen this movie before. I've seen how Josh Allen turns it up in the fourth quarter. So even when I was having Ravens fans trolling me And even when I was seeing some Bills fans come in here and play the whole doom and gloom type situation, and by the way, man, I got to talk to some Bills fans in here, dude. Dude, I love you guys more than life. And it's easy to get upset. It's easy to get upset. Dan M. I wonder if it's my dad. Dad, what up? Say that. What up, Dad? Love you, man. And say that that is my dad. Like the biggest thing for me was I didn't give up. And some of the Bills fans in here, like doing their normal, oh my God, we need to fire Sean McDermott. Oh my God, we're cooked. Guys, have a little faith, as Josh Allen said during his post-game press conference. But you know what, boys? I couldn't do it by myself. I need to be able to unpack this thing because, again, so many thoughts are racing through my head. There's so many good things that happened last night, some things I think that we can all improve on. But this is Victory Monday. So obviously, we need to celebrate what we just witnessed. And I couldn't think of a better person to bring on than my good friend, Tommy.
What up, Dan? Happy Victory Monday to you. Happy Victory Monday to all of Bills Mafia today. How are you all feeling? How are you feeling, Dan?
Dude, I got to be completely honest with you. I barely slept last night. My adrenaline was through the roof. And I was really just trying to go back and figure out how that happened, right? Now, it's funny because I had a tweet already loaded up. Say, for example, that Buffalo were to lose the game. And the tweet was, make no mistake, this was a lot worse than the score suggests. Because that's honestly what it felt like. All game long, for the most part, we still had them within a one-score like shootout, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, it just felt a lot different. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like we're being dominated. I'm not sure if maybe it was PTSD. But for the most part, like while you can be critical of this defense, this Buffalo Bills offense was also scoring at will for the most part, outside of maybe a couple of play calling scenarios with Brady where he did 3 runs in a row. But, dude, I'm just at a loss of words right now. What are you thinking? Talk.
Dude, we went live right after it, and I was I felt like I was going to have a heart attack.
Yeah. I still don't want to have a heart attack.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this too before I talk about the other stuff. This is going to go down, this game in the Allen era, as one of the games that I think all of Bills Mafia puts in their book of memories that is going to be forever lasting. Like this game was, even though it was a regular season game, week 1, right? There's a lot of football to be played still. This game here, we won't forget. Like this is put this in the books. This is it was just unbelievable. Like I said, I really was like kind of lost for words, but dude, I was fumbling my words. like I was just like, I didn't know what to say, right? What did I just witness? And I'll say this, the way the game flow was going last night, I said going into the game, my the way the Bills win this game is how they won it in the playoffs, which is gain a lead going into half. Baltimore's going to respond in the second half, get a little cushion. And we didn't, right? We were down at the half. But like you said, we were never out of it, but it just seemed like we had no answers, right? Through 3.5 quarters, really almost 4 quarters, right? Almost, right? We just could not stop them. Right, the defense just could not hold, and we would score, and they would just bounce right back, and it just felt like at one point, man, this may just not be our night because we didn't have that cushion, right? But God, man, I will say this: momentum is everything in sports, and I truly believe that. And the moment Derrick Henry fumbled that ball.
My God.
You saw it on the sideline of Baltimore. Like their faces, everything changed. Their demeanor.
Like they knew that they were losing that game. Like
they knew. Yes, you saw. Right? Am I right? Like you. Like
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, their faces, everything. It went from Flowers. Right?
Yeah. Zay Flowers. Being like, bye, buddy.
Yeah. To stone cold faces. Right? Like what is going on? And that's pro sports for you. I was talking to a friend that happened to me in a high school basketball game, Dan, because he was all, it's rigged. I'm like, dude, I played sports all my life, man, high school, and we had a similar moment where we were up 15, 3 minutes left, up 10 with a minute and a half, and they wound up winning on a full court shot. You can't script it better, right? But it happens. Momentum is everything. A little stupid play here, stupid turnover here, a technical foul, all that stuff matters. And I felt this game, if you go back, Dan, all the little things mattered. And we don't remember at the time because we're just so caught up in the moment, but the punt down to the 1 that just grazed the line.
Yeah.
Went to the 20. Huge play. Who knows what happens if it's at the 1, right? We may get a safety. We may not. It just may be a bad drive, but little stuff like that. It just kind of the extra point that was doinked off the right that would have made it a 16-point line.
I know.
All these things mattered. All these little things mattered, and I gotta say too, I am shocked, Dan, that they didn't go for it on 4th down at the end of the game. If it's the Chiefs, if that's Andy Reid, they're going for it.
Yeah,
and I'm shocked. I am with the way they were running the ball. I get the momentum swing. I get all that. And I get trust in your defense. But if you're trusting in your defense, you go for it. Because even if you don't get it, okay, let your defense take care of it. But that's how I saw the game.
So I don't know if Harbaugh looked at it and he said, okay, this Bills team has put up 38 points on us, right? Because listen, as Bills fans, we were just looking at So with the other side of the scoreboard and saw 40. But Ravens fans were also looking at the other side of the scoreboard being like, holy hell, this Buffalo Bills offense put up 38 points for the time being. So I think one of the only things I think about is Harbaugh is just should we give them an opportunity? God forbid that this defense, which at that point did catch fire, right? We had back-to-back times where we stopped them on 3rd down. I think Harbaugh was just yeah, dude, I'm not giving Josh Allen 40 yards. I'm not giving him an
I get it.
Game-winning goal for 2 runs and a game winner. It still bit him in the ass. But
it did.
One thing I will say, right? There's still problems with the defense, right? And I will even say this. And so I'll even say this, Tommy, and let me know if I'm onto something here. I don't think this is a good measuring stick going up against that offense. I don't think that we should walk away with final conclusions of all of the additions we made. That's a good team. That team is regularly mentioned as a Super Bowl contender along with us. And one thing I will give it for this team, one thing that has always grinded my gears about this Buffalo Bills team was that we could have incredible defensive outings, but on the key plays, we wouldn't show up and we would sell. It was completely the opposite last night. Okay. Every other play, 90% of the game, we couldn't stop shit. But the plays that we needed, when Ed Oliver wanted to go out there and do his best impression of damn Aaron Donald last night with his damn box score statistics, we did it. Yeah. We did it. And you know what? If we can figure this out, let's make it happen, dude. I loved what I saw from the defense in the key moments of the game.
I'm with you there. And last night we listen, normally even after a win, we'll do a podcast and we'll talk the good, bad, and ugly. But last night was just all good, Dan. Tonight, we're going live tonight. I'm like, you know what? We'll bring up some of the ugly and the bad, right? But last night was all positive. But you know what? I got to say this too. Going against the Jets next week, they play bully ball. At least how week 1 was, and it's similar to Baltimore. They got an athletic quarterback. They got good running backs. So be prepared for the same kind of game plan versus this defense. Yeah, I still have concerns with the defense, Dan. But you are right. In years past, even last year, expecting this defense to actually get a stop when needed, in a critical moment of the game, I had no faith, right? It just because history repeats itself with this team sometimes. And also the bad luck that we have, that Buffalo just runs into, things don't normally bounce our way, right? Things normally don't. Really, honestly, even think about the first half. the last play of the game before the field goal. I mean, like a split of a second, a hair of a second left for a field goal that we made, right? Like that also is key to this comeback. Like
it was
once again,
no one's talking about that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like when we dial it back and we really look at this game in a whole, right, and just really break it down and see all the little things that made this comeback possible, it's wild to me. But nobody will remember that if they're just looking at it real quick and going, oh, wow, I only remember the last 5 minutes of the game. Go back, like rewind. There's a lot in that game that happened to make this comeback possible. But you're right. Going back to the defensive line still has problems. I thought Joey Bosa started off rough, but I thought he came on at the end. I really do. I thought he was getting caught up in his lane. Lamar kept fooling him on that RPO, kind of swinging out to the edge. But he eventually figured that part out, which was good to see. Like I would say that I was happy to see what Bosa did there, especially at the end of the game. Ed Oliver, I would say, out of everyone on the defense, was a star. He was an absolute beast, a star. He tackled really well. I thought he did a great job when tackling Derrick Henry. And that's another thing. When you tackle Derrick Henry, folks, you can't tackle high. You got to get in that in below. You got to scoop him up by his waist. And that's the only way. If you're trying to tackle Derrick Henry high, you're going to get stiff-armed every fucking time. I thought Dorian Williams tackled him well.
Yeah.
You know, if we're doing a man versus man, right, I think Dorian and Ed versus Henry, they held their own. I thought they tackled very well versus Henry. But this defensive line worries me a little bit. I thought Daquan Jones was still a shell of himself. He's a shell
of himself. He's a shell of himself, man.
He's a shell of himself, and I do believe that hurts the defensive line. But right now, we don't have a true one tech outside of that, right? Walker's really not a true one tech, right? So they're rolling with the vet. They're rolling with the true one tech. I thought Rousseau was okay last night, but like I said, the star of the game was Ed. As far as the defense goes, and you're right. At the end of the game, when we needed big moments, big plays, the defense actually stepped up on 2 straight possessions and did exactly what we needed them to do. And Josh took over. I mean, really just took over.
255 yards in a single damn quarter, right? And trust me, like you can't look me in the eye and say that man is not the MVP of the league last year, right? Like you, and so you can't. It's so funny, like how significant of a gap there is between the elite quarterbacks in the league, and we saw 2 of them last night. Like we saw 2 quarterbacks playing elite last night. It's crazy, man. It is absolutely insane. We have Grim is coming. Say it with me, folks. Neon Keon. Also Hawes with that crazy snag. We're going to talk about Keon Coleman here in a second. We're going to transition. And by the way, folks, I was just informed that my mic was not turned on. I hope this audio sounds a lot better.
Oh, no way. But I heard you fine. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, so the quality was pretty bad, I guess.
Okay.
I was speaking through my MacBook computer. You were like, man, your mic is ass, bro. It's probably some Ravens fans in here just trying to like get something like at me. MVP is in the building. James, if it weren't for the Bills, I would have lost most of my bets, but ended up a big winner. James Bozeman. I also hit my parlay last night, Tommy. I did.
Dude, I'm so mad.
Last night.
You want to hear me? This is what I get. This is what I get, and I deserve this. Like I heard you talking right before I came on about, a lot of fans left, right? A lot of doubters left. And I'll say this about me and how I watch my Bills, dating back to the Houston Oilers game. I refuse to leave the game or leave the couch watching until it says 0. I just refuse, right? And I remember my mom's boyfriend, Dolphin fan, talking mad shit. They love it, right? They love when your team's playing like shit. And I said, you know what? I'm going down with a sinking ship, right? I don't care, right? I'm a diehard fan.
The boat. Yeah,
never. And dude, as we were coming back, he floats back in the living room. He's like, "What the fuck's going on?" I'm like, "Shut the, shut the hell out of here!" Right? Well, so I had a parlay last night.
You're not even my real dad, man. Get out of here.
Right. Loser. Right.
Loser.
Go find another mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But dude, I had a parlay last night, and I keep bro. I've done this multiple times, Dan. Where you know how it is. You look at your parlay, or you look at your bets, and you're like, should I cash out? Should I cash out now? Should I cash? So we're down 15. We just can't stop them. I had everything hit. Right. Allen scores his touchdown. That was the last 2 of the parlay. I had 1 to go. What do you think it was?
Was Bills money line?
Bills to win.
Oh God. Okay. All
right. I a dollar bet for $4.50. I cash out at 40.
Oh no.
Yes.
I'm sorry, dude.
I know, but listen, shame on me.
Hey,
shame on me.
Hey, listen, you know what? Like, you still walked out like in the
$39, right?
Yeah, $39 richer. Hey, you know what, man? Maybe you can go on ahead and just double down on Caleb Williams throwing forever 3 touchdowns in a Bears money line tonight. Who knows?
Yeah. I'll have to retry my bets. I just gotta stay away. I gotta stay away from the app when I make these bets.
It's part of the game. All right. It was the first 55 minutes was the Ravens, and last 5 minutes was the Buffalo Bills. I feel like that this is the closest that I've ever felt to being a Chiefs fan, like how we won that game last night, right?
Right.
And the game we had no business winning somehow in the last like 90 seconds of the game was like, holy shit. Oh, damn. We have Scott. If a defense stepped up early instead of late, with Josh Allen wouldn't have to play Superman half the game or even late in the game in the fourth quarter. Yes, I agree with you, but would it have been as exciting as it was last night if our defense didn't play like shit? All right? Look, we have to take it with a grain of salt, folks. It's just like, you know what? Like, yeah, like we could have been a more consistent win, but guys, like this feeling that I'm feeling that we somehow won that game is light years better than if, for example, we were to go out and play complimentary football for all 4 quarters.
Yeah.
And remember, dude, like, listen, like we didn't have any significant reps in the preseason. Like Josh didn't even wake up until the fourth quarter. And all game, man, like people were just like, oh, Dan, you know what? Like it's over with, like belt to ass, and Ravens fans included. But look, I refused to like give up and admit that the game was over until Buffalo ended up going down by 3 scores, even late into the game. Like I said, look, if we keep on marching down the field and scoring, this defense is good historically for at least the turnover a game. Right. At least the turnover a game, this defense is good for it. And that's all we need. And lo and behold, it happened, which is insane.
Yeah, dude, I'm with you.
Last super chat, and then we're going to talk a little Keon Coleman. All right.
Right. Yeah. Let's do it.
The heel turn into villain Dan last night was hilarious. "Quote unquote, you better not let us come back. You better run and hide." I did, dude. I did because, bro, soon as when Derrick Henry took that to the house and made it 40-25, I probably had 50% of Baltimore's population, had to be an average age of like 16 years old, like coming in, clown emojis all over the place, like telling me that Josh didn't deserve MVP, that our season was over on week 1, by the way. I'm like, okay, guys, let's relax a little bit. Like, let's like have a drink, like scale back. But then, dude, soon as when Ed Oliver ended up punching that football out, like I just went straight villain mode. I went in and I said, y'all better not let us come back, because what I'm about to do to you, you might as well block me right now. I could imagine, say that I scroll through X right now, I probably have like 30 plus accounts that have blocked me, like right before the game even ended, because they were just like, oh shit. Oh, damn.
Dude, it's funny because I know you do the watch party, right, of the games. I can't because I'm so dialed into the game, dude. But we've done pre-games where, I do a pre-game show, and normally you'll get your haters, you'll get your trolls, you'll get your, which is fine. And I always tell them this. I always say the same thing. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, I'm here. I'm live post-game, win or lose, right? Bring that same energy you're bringing back to the post-game, and we'll talk. And guess what, Dan? 99% of them don't go.
No, none of them. Chat. All right, listen. Like, let's see if like we can gain any respect from people that are a Ravens fan that were talking shit last night, or people that were calling me delusional. If you let yourself be known in the chat, you have my forgiveness. You have my forgiveness. Let me know. Let me know if you were in my chat last night trolling me when we went down 40-25 or calling me delusional. If you let yourself be known and say, Dan, I was wrong, my sincerest apologies, you have mine and Tommy's respect.
That's right.
You have mine and Tommy's respect. But you know what? Nobody's in here, Tommy. If not, they're just sitting there watching and punching air right now. That's what it is.
They're finding ways, excuses why they lost.
That's exactly what it was. All right, question for you. Is Keon Coleman a wide receiver number one? Is because people are hopping on the train right now, Tommy.
They are hopping on
the damn train. And why not for our good friend? 8 receptions, 112 yards, and that absolutely insane reception in the end zone. I'm not even sure he was targeted.
No, I think that was going to Shakir.
Targeted wide receiver.
No. I think it was a scramble drill. I think Allen, whatever play broke down, it didn't happen. The initial read. Yes. And I think Allen was just. I think Allen saw Shakir, and I think what happened was Kincaid, I believe it was Kincaid, thought it was going to him, and tipped it. And it worked out great because I don't know if Shakir even gets it. Guy was there on him. So like I said, things just bounced our way. But what a great effort by Coleman. Just to track the ball, dive for the ball, not drop the ball, right? Everything he did last night, I thought. And by the way, the receivers in general, I want to talk about that too.
Yeah.
I felt like the receivers were very quiet through most of the game.
Oh yeah.
But on those last drive, especially on that last drive, they all woke up. Like they all, I felt like woke up. Palmer woke up. Coleman absolutely woke up towards the tail end of that game. And you know what, too? I really hope Joe Brady looks at the film and understands this offense works so much better when we're up tempo. It really does. And I hope he implements that a little bit more because I feel like Josh Allen up tempo and this offense can click a lot better, man. It gets the defense on their heels. They can't substitute. They play more freely, man. I like that style of play. But yeah, Keon Coleman, man. And I picked him as an X factor going into that game. I felt like, and I told people that Keon Coleman this season, you're going to see a mass improvement from Keon Coleman's game. I told everybody when we drafted him, he's a 2 to 3 year player where you're going to see the development. His best in year 2 and year 3 is where he's going to start to really blossom. And you're seeing it. You're seeing it right now in front of your eyes, guys. Like, is he a number one right now? No, I don't think so. Not yet. But if he keeps working at his craft and if Josh Allen and him start to get this chemistry going down even more, this trust, right? Yeah. Josh Allen get that trust going with him. He could potentially be a number one. And if you look at his targets last night, I believe he was the most targeted receiver on the Bills. Yeah. That tells you that's number one, right? So he's definitely on that trail of being number one. And I feel like Khalil Shakir is our Cole Beasley 2.0. He's turning into the Cole Beasley security blanket, perfect guy, but he's not a number one, right? Yeah. He's not a true number one. And I think Coleman can possibly, if he keeps working at his craft, possibly be that guy. Yeah, dude. And you know what? And so I feel like we haven't even talked about like one of the MVPs of the game, and that's Jair Alexander's dumbass for making this tackle. Yes. That's Jair Alexander's bum ass out there. He was getting dominated last night. Like Josh Allen, looked at Jair Alexander, right to the Ravens, and he was just like, all right. He's like, all right, man. Like, you want to roll out this dude that's on a bum ass knee from the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to pick on him. And dude, he was getting dominated by Palmer. He was getting dominated by Keon Coleman. Ironically enough, the guy that I think most Ravens fans thought were going
was going to be the X factor for them on defense. Probably half of the reason why Buffalo ended up winning that game.
Yeah. And you know what's funny about that play that you're showing right there, which wound up working in our favor? I don't know if you recall, and I wish I recall the player who did it. We were playing the Patriots years ago, and it was a very similar ending where if we score, they have a lot of time. But because we went down or got tackled just short, we killed the clock all the way down, and we winded up winning on a Lindell field goal and beating the Patriots. But it was very similar to that. Like they messed up by doing the tackle early before the touchdown, right? So it worked. Like I said, I forgot about that. Little things like that is what really, like, all these little things is how we won this game. The Hawes reception. Did you even think that was Hawes initially?
No. I was like, who the fuck caught that? All right, dude. Especially a dude that had like single digit receptions in college or something like that. Like, dude was never targeted up in Yale. By the way, we're going to pull that up, but like, I'm still at an absolute loss of words that this was a reception. You're right. He probably was trying to go to Shakir.
Yes, if you look
at the line,
pretty sure Shakir. Yeah.
And then Keon Coleman with the heads up play. I got to look at this Jackson Hawes reception too.
Because that was a great. It wasn't even an easy catch, right? Like, you fumble, the ball got like tipped around in his hands.
Jackson
juggled around.
Man.
Yes.
Yo, listen, I'm sorry, but Harbaugh didn't draw up a game plan for tight end 3. I can tell you what. A guy from an Ivy League school, Yale. Yale over here making plays for us, man.
And Allen with the balls, by the way, to make that throw. To go to a guy that he probably never even threw to in practice. Right?
How many targets did Jackson Hawes get from Josh Allen all training camp?
I'm gonna get 0.
That's borderline recklessness that he ended up targeting him during that game. But it worked out.
Because you know what, though? You know what? If that play goes bad, intercepted, or Hawes drops it, you know what we're all saying today? Why would he throw it? Why would he throw it to Hawes?
Why would he throw it to Hawes, man? Josh Allen with the bad dude. It's funny because the game of football, you are so close to either being an idiot or a genius, and it all has to do with execution. Has to do with execution each and every single time. How about Matt Prater?
Dude, tell me you weren't confident.
Got chills saying that name, Tommy.
Tell me, though, honestly, from the moment he kicked his first field goal, you weren't like, he's good. Like, right, everything was down the middle. Extra points were crisp and clean. I talked about it at halftime. I quick ran on here at halftime, did a post game or a halftime show. I said, man, Matt Prater is. I'm confident. Like, if it comes down to it, a field goal to win. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty confident this guy's going to make it. Like, I had no worries. Now, if that was Bass, I'm going to be honest with you, I would be nervous as shit. Nervous as all hell. I tell you what, if he continues to kick this way, Dan, they seriously got to question if what they do with Bass. They have to.
So I'd say once that 4-game period rolls through, say that Prater stays as consistent as he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say that 4-week period comes by. It's simple. And so we just don't activate Bass.
No.
That way he's out for the season, right?
I'm with you.
We just say, hey, Tyler, go on ahead and rest up. A sports hernia is nothing to sleep on or anything along those lines. But what makes this even a crazier story is that this dude was literally practicing kicks on a high school field. High schoolers were probably walking around the track and seeing some old man over there doing his thing. Oh, dude, he can't give it up. He can't give up the glory days. They probably thought that he was a local plumber or something like that. You know what I mean? Look at this guy.
The guy from
he looks like my dad, literally.
The guy from Napoleon Dynamite recording himself. Throwing footballs around. Dude, man, Uncle Rico.
strangely too. like I was unfamiliar with his game. I know that he's bounced around the league. Like he was a quote unquote Cardinals legend, a Lions legend, etc. But like you said, once he ended up making that first one, as soon as when he lined up, Tommy, I was just like, yeah, he's sinking this right down the middle. He's and it feels so good. It feels so good to have a guy with that feeling, man.
Right? Like where you're like, yeah, he has this, bro. Even his kickoffs, and somebody mentioned like in our post game, they're like, "Oh, Bass is better at kickoff." I'm like, "Is he?" You know how many times Bass has kicked it out of bounds on kickoffs?
And start on the damn 35. Thanks,
yeah, right. I thought he did because remember the new rules are a little. Here's another thing I just forgot until now. Their kicker kicked it after beyond the point where you need to kick it, so the ball went to the 40. Remember that? You got to kick it in the zone. So their kicker on the kickoff kicked it short. So we got the ball to start at the 40.
That was another key of the game that I didn't even think about.
Right. You see what I mean?
No, it was the rookie kicker.
Rookie kicker. You see what I'm saying? Like all these little things mattered.
So what continues to blow my mind too, so is it crazy to say that if one of those little things didn't work out for us, then we're having an entire different conversation today?
Yes, absolutely. Everything had to go. All those little things mattered.
Yeah,
1,000%.
Like just one little thing. It's truly a game of like inches. Say for example that Josh truly did not complete that pass with 1 second going into the half, we lose. Say for example their rookie kicker did not making it to the return zone, we lose. All right. Say that Keon Coleman did not make a heads up play and come down with that touchdown in the end zone, we lose. Say that Jair Alexander didn't moronically end up still trying to tackle Keon Coleman, we lose.
Who knows? Right. Who knows? Right. Who knows? Right.
Say that John Harbaugh, for some reason, just completely laid an egg and decided not to go for 4th and 3. Look, I think they probably would have converted that. I think they probably would have converted that. Maybe that's me being pessimistic.
I'll give you one better. What if we make the 2-point conversion and it's tied and they don't play they don't play conservative on the last. They got a minute left to drive down the field to go to win the game on a field goal.
Oh,
I'm just saying, little shit like that you got to think about too. They'd have played a little bit more aggressive on offense. Let's say it's tied up at that point. They're not just trying to run the clock out. They got over a minute left, almost 2 minutes, right? I believe. So all these little things you got to take consideration. I'm just saying things like that are funny how it works out because I promise you we tie it there because I was thinking that. Let's say we get the 2-point conversion. They got plenty of time to go down the field with timeouts to win the game, on a field goal or a touchdown, whatever they were. So I'm just saying a lot of things worked in our favor, Dan. I really, truly believe that. It was meant to be, which is a super rare thing when it comes to the Buffalo Bills, things going our way. Like I said, normally things do not work that way when it comes to this team. I mean, you have to date back to what? Like I said, the Oilers game really that was a pure kind of miracle comeback, holy shit, right moment.
So we are finally on the receiving end of a victory in the game of the year, which is still something that's like hard for me to wrap my head around. Tommy, you know what? I feel like we should welcome in some callers in the Garage Beer Hotline. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Let's do that, guys. Guys, Tommy and I are going to be welcoming some people to hop into the garage with us and tell us what is on their mind. Again, we're going to try and keep it to about 20 to 30 seconds per caller. Right, folks? We want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity. But say, for example, that you guys would like to come in and ask us a question or get something off of your chest. The direct call-in line is now pinned at the top of this live chat. Simply just hit that link, and you will be able to call in and tell us what is on your mind. Hit that thumbs up sign for us as well. Right now, we have 663 of you watching, 228 on X, 376 on YouTube, 59 on Facebook. Wow, the book, man. Shout out to the Facebook people in here. Shout out to the Facebook people in here. I did have one person on Twitch, but that's okay. We have a lone warrior on Twitch.
Twitch is rough. I noticed Twitch is rough, right? Like,
yeah, dude.
I don't know
crazy,
what to do
man.
about Twitch.
dude, we were preaching football gospel over here. All right, listen. I don't know. Maybe I need to have like Subway Surfer or something playing on the side for like these kids to come in. All right. Dirty Dan is in the building. Dirty Dan, what's going on? What's on your mind, brother?
Oh, nothing much. I was in your stream last night complaining that we were going to lose, and I'm glad we have you to keep us at bay.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Oh my God. I think we lost him. All right. All right, Dirty Dan, come back when you have a second. Next caller, Andy Johnson. What up, dude?
Dude, what's up?
Oh.
Hell of a game. Hell of a game.
I know. Dude.
I haven't been able to sit still since. Like I've been up all night.
And so I see you're on a walk right now.
Literally.
I'm going in nature.
I can't sit still. I'm out here.
Dude. Like, dude, what's on your mind, man? Talk to us.
Just happy we won.
Yeah.
Happy we won. And Miami's gonna start out 0-3.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Me and Tommy haven't even started celebrating the fact that Indiana Jones went out there and diced up the Miami Dolphins secondary. I told everyone they would.
Right there. That's Danny Dimes. He earned that nickname last night. That's Danny Dimes out there.
Dude, you're right. That is Danny Dimes. You know what? And before Josh Allen's performance, I said something and I agree with it. I think that and this is a troll. I said Daniel Jones is clearly the leader of the MVP conversation. but
as until 7 p.m. last night, yeah, you're probably right.
It's as until 7 p.m. Oh my God, dude! Listen, I am going to eviscerate TD today on fourth.
I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for him to go live. If he has callers, I'm going to be in there. I was already in there talking to Richie, not a few minutes ago.
Dude, honestly, hey Andy, we love you over here, man. Thank you for the call in, bro.
Nope,
I appreciate it.
You'll be seeing me next week, Dan.
Good. We need it, dude. It's funny because like I honestly think that Richie cursed it like for him because soon as when the Ravens went up 40-25, he came into my live chat with the eyes emoji.
Oh boy. All right.
Like, basically just letting me know and stuff like that. Like, oh my God, like look what the Ravens are doing to you.
Right.
And honestly, like, I don't blame them because for any other normal team, when you're down 40-25 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, not looking too good. Right?
Probably over with at that point. Right?
Probably over with at that point. But anyway, we got Dave in the building. Dave, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's up? For the third time now, again, thank you for the Kincaid advice. That was
hell yeah.
Literally had to send the screenshot over to the brother-in-law because he was been wagers in all night too, and he wasn't getting lucky, so I had to brag a little. But yeah, it was good. The game was great, man. Fiance went to sleep probably right around halftime. She's a teacher though, so that's fair to her.
Okay.
I stayed up and continued to watch, and man, I'm just the first quarter. I loved our defense. Like the very first like couple series, I'm looking at our defensive line, and I'm like, they look real good. And then everything else happened in the game. There, like you said earlier, there's a lot of little things in the game that really made it land where it landed.
Yeah.
But what I really called in for was because I want to get to the Jets. Now I got to watch their game later. I didn't really get to watch it. I saw the final score. I saw Aaron Rodgers' comment. Loved it. I thought it was brilliant. It was hilarious. But with that score, with what I saw, again, I got to watch later, Justin Fields and how they played, and the fact that they were actually able to produce numbers that we typically don't really see from the Jets.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, what Josh is thinking about the next game. All right, because that's what they're going mindset right now. That they're thinking about next. All right, we got 1-0. What's next? What do we got to start looking at and watching? And I'm curious to, I don't know, this new version of the Jets that played on week 1. I'm curious to how the matchup's going to look with them playing different.
Yeah, most definitely. Dave, I appreciate the call, man. Let's go ahead and unpack that. You're the man, Dave. Shout out. Love the energy. So for me, Tommy, I'm not sure about you here, but I do buy in to the traditional week 1 as a lie. I will say that I think Justin Fields did impress me. And so I was one of the many that said that He can't read a defense. He struggles right in the pass game, but he did look good. He did look very good. I was only able to catch the red zone, like from like 1 and into the later games. I was just watching red zone, so I need to take a look at it as well. But I don't think that Buffalo needs to go into MetLife sleeping, right? Because now I do feel like that there is like this new energy that's in this New York Jets organization with Aaron Glenn, and that Steelers defense is nothing to sleep on, like whatsoever. Yeah. I'm confident that Buffalo will be able to succeed against this defense because quite literally we were able to hang up 41 points on arguably the best defense in the NFL over in Baltimore. But will the Jets make it interesting? Go ahead. What do you got?
Listen, I it's hard to explain. It's the Jets. I still go back and say this is still until they prove otherwise. But I'll say this. If you're a Jets fan, there's at least some promise, after that game, at least some positive outlook, at least how you're looking or viewing your team, right? They did some really good things out there. However, I felt like their defense, for as good as their defense is, for or the playmakers they have, they melted down in that fourth quarter. I believe they gave up 17 in the fourth quarter. They had the lead. Their defense is what really cost them in the game. But offensively, I said it. If you have Justin Fields on your roster, you need to use him like a college type of quarterback. How they use a lot of these college quarterbacks today. Run a lot of RPOs. Get your run game going. And I felt that's what they did. That's what you got to do because he is limited in the passing game, right? And once you start, getting that run game established, getting him, some RPOs, then he can kind of surprise you with some passes here and there, right? And when the defense is sleeping. So I would say I wouldn't worry so much about that game. I still think we're the much better team, but there's some promise there for the Jets for sure. Is he their future quarterback there? I don't think so. But if they're smart, hey, you maybe use him as a Cordell Stewart type of quarterback. You draft another quarterback if he's willing to play that role, and maybe he got something there with Fields. But I wouldn't worry too much. I think their defense is still struggling. Clearly, it showed in that game. Offensively, I think they're one-dimensional. I'll be honest with you with that run game. If we can, and this is not a Derrick Henry type of running back that they got over there. He's good. I like Breece Hall, but it's a way different running back, right? Physicality wise, he's not going to run us over and take it to the house. So, I think we could contain them a little bit better than we did with Lamar and that running attack, right? There's a big difference between Lamar and Justin Fields and Derrick Henry and Breece Hall. And the offensive line as well, right? Baltimore Ravens offensive line is really good. So I don't think we should worry so much about playing the Jets.
I love that. And then so our buddy came in and he mentioned this interview, which I think is funny. I haven't heard it yet, but I am curious to see what Aaron Rodgers had to say.
It's great. We spoke at the meeting with Aaron Glenn on McAfee a few months ago. Meeting him, is there significance in that since he basically told you to your face that he didn't think you were right for that team?
Yes, that's what he did.
Significance in beating him for you?
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets.
Dude. Old man Rodgers went out there and balled, baby, last night.
He really did. And I'm not a Rodgers fan, but I thought he played very well. He did.
No, not at all. So one thing I will say about Aaron Rodgers, I would say that much like how last night I'd probably give 90% of the credit to Josh Allen, I'd probably give even more of the credit to exclusively Aaron Rodgers by himself for winning that game for them. Right?
Yeah, he made some big throws, man.
Yeah, some big throws. Watching a divisional rival go down, absolutely insane, man. Let's go ahead and let in our next caller, Jeff B. What up, Jeff? Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
Tommy,
you're in the garage. What up?
Dan, Tommy, what's going on with you fellas?
Hey, what man. Up? Hey, living the dream, man. What's up with you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Man, I just want to say this. The defense fucking sucked last night, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it had me on edge, right? It fucking sucked last night, all right? But We made the plays when we had to make them. And his message to Brandon Beane, man, stop being a hairy vagina, man, and move some of that damn capital and get us some players in here, man. We ain't fucking building for 8 years, bro. All right, we trying to win right now. Move some of that damn capital and get us some players now. What is his problem, man? What is he sitting up doing, dude? Move some. Why are you drafting guys 6th round? And look, man, move some of those guys and get some players, bro. Move some of them, all right? Josh Allen is, you know what he is, man, the best player in the league, man. I don't want to hear shit from nobody here at work or nothing. He the best fucking player in the league, hands down. Everybody can see that. Unless you Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder or somebody, you can fucking see that Josh Allen is the best player in the league. I don't want to hear nothing else about that, all right? McDermott, all right, get your shit together with Babbage, all right? I didn't like that shit last night. All right, I was wondering who are you helping him with the defense, McDermott, or what? Because he looked lost a little bit last night. All right, just at some point in that game, Babbage looked a little lost to me. And Brady, I don't know what's up with these screens. Man, run it, stick the ball up their ass, man. Stick it up their ass. Quit throwing screen back. Stick the ball up their ass, man. Next week against the Jets, I don't want to see the screen shit. I want to stick the ball right up their ass. Every possession. Stick it up their ass. Quit being soft and all of this soft stuff, man. Stick it. We got the best line in football, hands down. Start sticking this ball up team's ass. That's what you do. Then you get the respect you need, and that's it. Start sticking it up their ass, bro. And tell Bean to stop being a hairy vagina, man. We're going to shave the vagina that he is, man. He needs to shave it. Shave it, man. Look, move some of that capital that we got, 10 picks, 20 picks, whatever the hell we got. Move some of it and get some players, bro. Matter of fact, before the trade deadline, I want to see a cornerback. Give me a cornerback before the fucking trade deadline. Move some of that capital you sitting on now and give me a cornerback, all right? You drafted a first round guy that's got a damn court case. And man, look, give me somebody who can play cornerback on that other side, man. Period.
Dude.
Y'all got the floor, man. It pissed me off last night, but I'm happy we won the game. I'm happy we won the game because, like I said, I endured the 90s, bro. I endured the 4 Super Bowl losses. I know about this stuff. This shit rarely ever happens to us. We always on the other end of this shit. You know, I'm getting phone calls, this and that. But I tell you what, fellas, this phone haven't rung yet. It haven't rung yet. They haven't called me at all. All of this shit all the time. My whole Buffalo career, these motherfuckers are missing in action right now. Trust me. They don't even find them. I can't get one phone call from them. All right? I used to get phone calls. Oh, yeah, you guys blew this, and blew that, and blew this, and blew that. Now, I can't get a phone call. You can't get a bad word about Josh Allen because, he'll stick it up your ass. Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Jeff, we appreciate the call, man. Dude.
Woo.
Jeff, I need to call it every week. I need you to call it every week, Jeff. All right, shout out my guy, Jeff, right there.
Stick it up your ass, David.
Stick it up their ass. Brandon Beane, you hairy vagina. I'm just kidding, Brandon Beane. All right, I'm just kidding. We know that Brandon Beane gets upset when people like me and Tom say stuff like that. So Dude, get some damn players. You know what? A lot of people are saying, dude, like we need to go on ahead and get Jabril or something along those lines. But
I still feel is he still available? If he's still available, I mean, I gotta say, Cole Bishop. I still feel like he's struggling, man. I don't know if he's the answer, guys. Hancock is interesting to me, but the injury set him back. Yeah, the injury might have set him back a little bit, and maybe that's why they're being cautious with him. Maybe more. Same with Trey. And Trey's not the answer, too, guys. I told you guys from the beginning of the offseason. I love Trey. I do. But remember, Dan, I even talked to you. If Trey winds up being CB2, remember I told you in the beginning of the offseason, then we got a problem because I love him and everything like that. But that means something happened bad in camp. And it did, right? Harrison got hurt. It wasn't really a competition. And they went with Trey. And look, Trey didn't even make it to week 1. So, I mean, like, we need to, and he's right. The caller, Jeff, is right. Like, look, the whole all in, don't go. I almost believe right now it's time. We have never won a Super Bowl here in Buffalo.
Yeah.
You have a guy in Josh Allen who's in his prime. Stop fucking around, right? It's okay. Look, no Buffalo Bill fan, no Bills Mafia is going to be upset that we went all in, won a Super Bowl, and had some off years to readjust the cap or whatever. Nobody's going to care about that if we have a Lombardi. Nobody. I promise you. Now, one person here will be like, oh, well, we sucked 2 years after. Well, who cares? I mean, so did the Rams, and the Rams bounce right back, right?
Yeah.
They went all in. They sucked for a couple years. They regrouped. They're right back to being the Rams, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing
really
wrong with going all in.
1 year off. So they just had 1 year off of being
just one.
Like that's it. And then afterwards, so they drafted appropriately and they snuck their way in the playoffs. Yesterday beat the Houston Texans. So, dude, shout out to Jeff, man. Shout out to Jeff. Stick it up the Jets' ass, ladies and gentlemen. Stick it up the Jets' ass. That's what it is. We got Steven in here who's stayed positive all week long, and he was correct. Steve, what up?
I've been looking forward to this. So I want to say this, first of all. I got to remind everybody about something, okay? It's great to be a fan, but the fans aren't on the team and on the field. So let's keep that in mind, okay?
Yes, sir.
We're not actually the team, okay? We say, we and et cetera, but we're not on the team, okay? No, we're loyal fans. And I got to say this, and I'm not trying to denigrate the last caller. I understand his frustration. But here's the thing. I've been following the Bills since the 60s when Dennis Shaw was the quarterback. Nobody remembers him. But here's the thing. You go back to the greatest comeback in history, in NFL history. Fans were leaving the stadium at halftime when the Bills were down 28-3. And then it went to 35-3. Warren Moon hit somebody, I forget who it was, for another touchdown. I think they intercepted and ran back for a touchdown. That's what it was. They intercepted Frank Reich. But Bills fans were leaving the stadium because, see, fans are fickle, okay? True fans stick with their team till the end, regardless. And you remember, I said this, the Bills are going to beat the Ravens. And the thing is, okay, so here's where I was wrong. The outcome. It wasn't exactly the way I said it was going to be, but it was still, they won. But here's the thing. I want to give you a quote. I looked up online this morning at ESPN Sports Center, Scott Van Pelt, and he interviewed Keon Coleman. And he said to him, we're trying to figure out how you guys won this game. Because here we wanted to talk about, Lamar and Henry, et cetera, and man, you shot our script. So how did you guys win this game? Here's Keon Coleman. I mean, that's just the identity of our team, man. If there's time on the clock, it's time for us to make a play. So don't count us out ever. And that's the thing, man. You cannot count this team out. Look, the Ravens have number 8 and number 22, but the Bills have number 17. Nobody else has him.
That's right. That's right.
It is shameful. I got to say this. It is shameful that the NFL players voted Josh Allen number 3 out of the top 100. Shame on you people. Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley's not number 1, and Lamar, as great as he is, not number 2. Josh Allen is number 1, and he proved that last night. The last quarter, he had over 250 yards. And you remember what I said earlier this week, Dan? I said that with the receiving core that Buffalo has now, you're going to see them with Josh reestablishing the long pass. And that's exactly what he did. And you had a bunch of the players, that did a great job. It took a while. And look at as far as receiving, but here's Keon Coleman. First target, he dropped it. Second one, I think it went over him. Okay, so people are looking at that. And then I saw in your chat last night, it said somebody had posted, bring back Dorsey. Really? Bring back Dorsey? Are you kidding me? Are you really saying that he's better than Joe Brady? Come on, give me a break. And the point is, people want to count the Bills out just because they're down. You cannot do that. They had the greatest comeback, and this thing is right there with that. And here's the thing. All the other teams lost yesterday in the AFC East. That's a telltale sign. Buffalo, 6 years in a row, will be the AFC East champs. But also, the Chiefs lost. And guess what? After Josh Allen, who was the stellar player on the offense, the guy with the initials KC. Are you watching Patrick Mahomes? Are you shaking in your shoes? You better be when you come into our house. And I'm going to say this too. The key play to this game, well, let me say a couple more things. First of all, the game, each half ended the same way. Matt Prater, right at the buzzer, kicks a field goal at the end of the first half. And then 1 second left, kicks a field goal to win the game. Now, people are criticizing, I've heard people in the past criticize McDermott's clock usage, okay? But I was listening to Chris Brown and Eric Woods last night calling the game. And Eric Woods, now this is a guy that's been on the team, and he said this. When the Bills had the ball in that final drive, he said, run the clock down. Go ahead, Josh. Take a knee, because you got to leave the Ravens with no time. That was brilliant clock management on the part of McDermott and Joe Brady, because, man, they ran it down 1 second. That was it. And I'm telling you what, the look on King Henry's face said it all, man. He looked so dejected, and he had a fantastic game. I texted a friend of mine, Eric, up in there in Lockport during the game, and I said in the first half, man, we got to find a way to stop Lamar and stop Henry, or we're going to lose this game. Well, guess what? The key play of the game, Ed Oliver strips the ball out of Henry's arms when it looked like he was going to go on another rampage. Fumble, the Bills recover, and they go on to win the game. So I don't want to hear anybody tell me this isn't the number one team in the league, and this team is going all the way this year.
Yes, sir.
And they're going to win the Super Bowl and bring the big Lombardi home. The Bills are number one, and we are here to stay, baby. You better reckon with that and deal with it, because the Bills are the best team in the league, and they proved it last night. And you know what? I'd rather see them come back like they did, because, man, the whole league today, I'm telling you, they're talking. They cannot get over how the Bills did what they did last night. But me, a hardcore fan, I ain't a bit surprised.
That's what I'm talking about, Steven. We appreciate you calling in, brother. Go Bills. Dude, Steve brings the heat every time he comes in here.
Somebody put in your chat the ultimate hype man.
Dude,
I swear I saw it. Dude.
He is, man. Dude, he is. And dude, he's not lying, right? Like, my chat got dark last night.
Oh, I'm sure, dude.
My chat got dark. He's not lying when someone said bring back Ken Dorsey. He's not lying. Someone legitimately
that's a wild comment to me. That is a pissed off, caught up in the moment fan. Right?
Dude, you know what? And I do my best, because I hate trying to police how people fan, right? But my God, dude, you would have thought that we're playing in the AFC Championship. In this game,
it's how emotions, bro. Dan, it's one thing about emotions. Emotions run high, man, and people react all different kinds of way, right? All different kinds of way. Yeah. We all are guilty of it some way, somehow.
Life says alcohol. LOL. Right. Yeah, true. Yeah,
absolutely. True. Yeah, but fans, everyone, they fan how they want to fan, and they get caught up in their emotions sometimes. And I think we're all guilty of it. But the one thing I can say too, he's right. As long as you got Josh Allen at quarterback, listen, the game ain't over until it says 0, right? Yep. And we should all know better than that, right? And then there's the fans that left. I hope Josh Allen's words at the end of the game. I hope that hits you hard. right? And next time you stay your ass in the stadium, and you won't miss something special next time, right? Because that was a special moment, and those fans that stayed there, they got to live a great moment that they will never forget. The fans that were actually at the game that stayed, right, and said, "Fuck this, we're staying here until the very end."
Yeah.
So kudos to them.
Yeah, no, dude. And insane stuff. A lot of callers in here want to get some stuff off their mind, and I love it.
Shit.
Jared's in the building. Jared, what up, man? How you doing?
What's up, man?
Chilling. What's on your mind, man? It's Victory Monday.
Do you remember me telling you that Josh Allen was the best, and then TD was over here saying that he's a game manager?
Yeah, dude. That
did he really?
Yeah.
Oh no,
anything, Tommy.
Yeah,
like
you
TD
better roast him. So
and Glenn. And funny enough, Glenn isn't in here either. Are you, Glenn? Are you, Glenn?
Nowhere.
All right, yeah, dude. But like that was the worst comment I think that he ever could have told me. Like he's good at getting under my skin. Like he's very good at it.
He knows how to do it by now, right? He knows you well.
Yep, you got to roast him for that today.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He game managed his way into leading his team to a 16-point differential and winning it at the end. Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
That's game manager shit right there, baby. Go ahead.
You know, I was watching the game and I was like, I had a headache and I was, I had a couple garage beers because you were, sponsored by them. And I tried them.
There you go.
Yep. And
Dan doing his thing.
Garage beer, baby. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Right. And I was watching the game and I started getting a headache because we were losing 25 to 40, and I started to get frustrated, and I was like, it's probably about my bedtime anyway. And I turned off the TV, and my girl was like, "Why did you turn off the TV?" And I was like, I don't think they can come back from this. And then, they came back, and I got the notification that they got a touchdown like 2 minutes later on my phone. So I turned the game back on, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was just in time to see all that stuff happen. And it was just crazy. And my parents were there at the game too. And I texted them. And my text message was almost hinting like the Bills are going to lose this one, but like, it'll be okay. And and then they came back. It's like you can never doubt Josh Allen. Like that's just the crazy nature of how good he is.
Dude, man. Like, so I had a similar instance. Like, Tommy, I will admit that say that Buffalo, like once they went up 40-25, say that Buffalo were to go 3 and out, I had already said that, like, I was like, you know what? And so I got to wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. and go work out. I'm probably just going to cut this stream short. But they kept like hooking me in. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, we still got this.
Hold on, Dan. Hold on.
I'm like, hold on, Dan. Hold on. But Josh Allen's about to cook. And my God, thank God that, dude, Jared, you're the man, bro. I hope that you have a giant smile on your face all day. Yeah. Where are you tuning in from, by the way?
Arkansas,
my guy. My guy. Well,
I tried to call you the other day, and I was out working, so like the connection was real shoddy, and I didn't get to talk to you very much. But I told
that's
you,
right.
Like Mahomes, like it hasn't really proven like he can do stuff with a lackluster team.
Yeah.
And what happened when his number one wide receiver got suspended and the other one, Xavier Worthy, got hurt? I mean, like he made one play, but like, did he turn the game around like Josh Allen did?
No way. Jared, we appreciate you, man. Go Bills. Thank you so much for calling in.
No problem, man.
Shout out to Jared, man. That was a big thing. Dude, there are many stories like that of people watching this that probably turned it off at one point. One person I was talking to, bro, like one person I was talking to didn't know that they won until this morning.
I was just about to say that. I bet that, and he ain't alone, or that lady or a man or whatever, not alone, right? I guarantee you, Dan, because it's a late game. It wasn't like a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah.
That they didn't find out till the morning, and they probably double checked their phone.
Yeah.
This can't be right? Like what?
Like thousands, like tens of thousands of Bills fans probably had that exact same experience.
Absolutely. Imagine the people that left the stadium in their cars, because damn real they're in the car turning on the game, pissed off, right? Just to fuck bullshit. Listen to the rest of the game, listening to that comeback. Bro, can you just imagine? I'm sure people pulled over at some point and said, "This can't be happening."
So my dad was at that Houston Oilers playoff game, and he told me that when they went up 35-3, he said like half of the stadium just dipped out, and my dad was like, "Oh shit!" And so like sideline seats are available right now at the 50. So him and his buddies went down there to go just like see and just get the experience. And he said once Buffalo started coming back, like people in troves started rushing back into the stadium trying to get in.
Rushing the gate, trying to get. Yeah, they let some people in. Actually, they let some people back in, but
which is just
I mean, insane.
Holy hell! All right, we have Beth in the building. Beth, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, guys. I got my two favorite Bills podcasters. I can't be any happier this morning.
Look at that. Look at that.
Thank you, Beth.
So it's a weekly tradition for this year.
So
what's up?
I have a funny story too, and a couple points to make also. So I was watching the game last night with my boys because my boys are major Bills fans. Obviously, I raised Bills Mafia. All three of them love the Bills. And my middle child, who is my athlete, he's the one who's into sports. He goes to me last night. He's like, "Oh, it's 40-24. We're probably going to lose, Mom." He's like, "I'm going to go to bed." I'm like, "Okay, babe." So he, goes and lays down in his bed. And, I'm standing the whole fourth quarter because, oh my God, just the adrenaline going through my body. And he wakes up this morning. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to go to school today because the Bills lost." And it's always so, the morale so down. I'm like, "Dude, we won." He's like, "Are you kidding me? We need to watch the highlights when I get home." So I have a special highlight date with my 9-year-old so that him and I can sit down and watch the highlights for the game at the end because he missed all of the big plays. But he was so stunned this morning. I was like, it was 41-40, dude. It was the best game ever.
We knew. My God, me and Tommy were suggesting that. Like, we were like, there has to be like tens of thousands of Bills fans that went to bed last night. Like, once it was
oh my God,
that are finding it out this morning.
Yes,
absolutely. So, a couple of quick points that I wanted to make about the game last night. I was actually really pleased to see how we played. Now, our defense was pretty much injured last night. I mean, we were all kind of on pins and needles going into the game, going, how are we actually going to perform because we have so many guys that are injured. But I have got to say, against one of the best teams in the NFL, our defense held. It wasn't pretty. But once they finally got their groove toward the third and fourth quarters, I mean, you really saw them come into their own. And even our rookies, man, Dorian Strong had a game last night. I mean, I had him on my radar. I knew he was good, but just watching him in the midst of things. And then Jackson Hawes with that catch. I mean, who expected the blocking tight end to get that catch? Like, come on, guys. This was beyond my expectations for our rookies and our backups. They really showed out last night, even though it wasn't pretty.
It's some wild stuff right now, like so many good things ended up falling into our favor last night. And I am still at this moment in complete and utter disbelief.
Well, and I said it before, this year specifically, and it seems like with the Bills in general, everything that happens to our organization is storybook. If it's not storybook, then it's not going to happen for us. So DeMar Hamlin goes down and he essentially dies on the field. Our next game, we get 2 kick returns from Nyheim Hines. I mean, when does that ever, that's storybook. Our farewell season starts and we're losing a game and have a record-breaking freaking comeback so that we can win by 1 point against the best team in the league and the person who is almost beating our MVP for the MVP last year. Like, guys, and I'm going to shout out Scott Blakely here. I mean, this is the start of our 20-0 season. I'm not scared of another game until I'm not scared of another game until the Eagles game. The Eagles game is the next one that I really have any kind of, nerves about. I'm not nervous about KC. Seeing how they played on Sunday, I'm not nervous at all. So Eagles game is the next game I'm nervous about, and that's what, week 17? Guys, we got this.
Yeah. Got a while to go for that.
It is beautiful. Beth, we appreciate you calling in.
Thank you, Beth.
For bringing the energy as always. Gotta love Beth. Thank you so much for tuning on in. Guys, we have a lot of callers in the garage right now.
Yeah. Good stuff.
We have a lot of
Good
callers
stuff.
on the garage. I see somebody on the treadmill back here. LJ, don't worry. We're going to be letting you in here soon. All right.
Treadmill. Oh, that tells you everything.
He's getting in his cardio. He's getting in his cardio. We have Spidey Munn in the building, though. Spidey, thank you for calling in, man.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Loud and clear. How you feeling this morning?
Good. I am very, very happy. First time calling in, Dan. Just want to say appreciate the content you put out for us. It's helps get me through my day. But I've been a fan for about 20 years, and I think last night was the first time I was brought to tears by the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, damn. You're about to make me tear up, man. Come on.
They've, we've gone through highs, we've gone through lows with them. Happy, good, but yeah, last night it was just something different. I think we can all say we were a little doubtful.
Oh yeah,
yeah. By the way, he ain't lying. Being a Bills fan is a roller coaster ride. It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and that pull out in the 4 minutes. Yeah, it was a really great game, and it was happy tears. So
Yeah,
I'll always remember that game.
Yeah,
it was a great game. I am worried. I know it's week one. Everyone can be a little rusty, but I am worried about our defense. One of the callers previously were saying, we need to go, pay someone to be on the defense, not get someone in the draft. And I do believe that. I believe we need to get some well-seasoned vet in the backfield to help get things going. I did not like how Bishop looked last night. It was not pretty, but again, Henry is a monster. It's hard to stop that man in the first place. I did want to know, do you think Tre'Davious White would have made any sort of difference if he was playing the game?
It's a great question, Spidey. I appreciate you calling in. Me and Tommy are about to unpack that now. You're the man calling in from Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's my guy. He's always in the chat. I'm glad that he finally popped his cherry of stepping into the garage beer hotline. For me, Tommy, I think that there was not much of a drop off at all. I think we would have saw practically the exact same production.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I don't even know. I think maybe we had better production, possibly. Shout out to McDermott too. For real. Shout out to McDermott for starting Dorian Strong as well. A lot of Bills Mafia thought it was going to be Ingram because we didn't really know up until game day, right? Who was going to have that CB2 role, right? And he went with the rookie, which is not really like McDermott's style. I was on the fence. I wanted Strong, but I thought, man, he probably knowing McDermott goes with Ingram, who's been here. He was here last year. He got the start at one point last season when somebody got hurt. But shout out to him. I didn't think Strong played great, but I thought he played good. I thought he had his moments, where he played good. I thought Benford played good, didn't play great. Zay Flowers had a great game. They both were kind of, defending him at times. That's a really good receiver over there, but they need to improve. They got to get better. The DBs and the safeties are still a concern. I will say that. And if this defensive line, they need to help. They got to get better to help out if they're not going to do any kind of change, meaning adding Peppers or going through a trade before the trade deadline to bring somebody here, because Trey White's not the answer, guys. He's not. And I think with these young guys, they're going to go through their bumps, man. These rookie bumps, these learning curves, and it's going to cost us sometimes, right? Points on the board, right? While they're processing, the NFL, right? And do we have time to fuck around with that, right? And if we're in a win mode now, Dan, that's my concern when it comes to some of these guys that we're just throwing out there hoping that, Cole Bishop finds his way, right? That he can finally get it. And that's my main concern. It's like, we're in this window now, right? Of a Super Bowl. And you don't want to fuck around with guys that are making mistakes, costly mistakes, right? So I really, when I say go all in, I kind of mean it. And if there's an opportunity out there for a trade or a free agent that's still available that can better the team, just make it happen. Make it happen for at least the season. What would it hurt to sign Peppers to a 1-year deal, right? Who cares, right? And if he plays well, then you figure it out at the end of the season if you want to bring him back. Get what I mean? Like I just don't understand sometimes why we don't push a little harder to get players in here that's available that could better the team. That's all I'm saying. But last night, I don't think Trey makes much of a difference, if any.
It's definitely interesting. I'm going to be a bit more patient with it because I do think that context is important, right? Like, was week 1 and we were going up against probably the most dynamic offense in NFL history. I saw something. So I saw something where Baltimore had the passing yards and rushing yards final metrics, and the teams that have achieved that, including in playoff games, were like 229-0. We're 229-0 for any offense that would have been able to accomplish that. And the only loss was the Baltimore Ravens last night on Sunday. So
that's wild.
I'm not really bought into Cole Bishop either, but let's see what he does against the Jets. Let's see what he does against the Saints. Maybe he can prove us wrong. We don't know, but we
don't. Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. There's and on this little stretch of games we got, it gets a lot easier, right? Though every NFL game is tough, right? Like McDermott likes to say every press conference, and Allen as well. Like every NFL game is not given, right? Like every game is tough. So we'll see. But they have time to this little stretch here before we play another really, really tough opponent to improve, right? To get better. But you're right. That Baltimore team is stacked, bro. And I don't think people really understand how stacked they are on both sides of the field. We don't have those type of playmakers on this roster. We just have a lot of good players. And I will say this, you can't teach heart and fight. And last night that's what we had. I mean, really, honestly, it wasn't so much like the better talent won. It was just the team with the better heart, right? The better fight, to win ultimately won, right? We weren't letting up. We weren't giving up, right? So that's ultimately what won too. Even Joey Bosa, they interviewed him, said on the sideline, we just never thought the game was it never was over. We just were let's just keep doing this. Let's just keep playing. Let's just, right? Because a lot of teams do the opposite. They get down, right? Fuck this. Why make why be more aggressive? Why, put the extra effort out. The game's over. We're not stopping them. But I didn't get that feeling from this team. And I think the players didn't get that feeling either.
No, yeah, man, most definitely. Again, storybook. My boy LJ is on 20 minutes on the damn Stairmaster.
Yo, what's up,
what up, dude?
Can you hear me good?
Loud and clear, man.
Oh, super.
It's good to see you again, brother.
See you again, Dan. Yeah, thank you, man.
Likewise.
Very short and sweet, as short as I can be. First off, a lot of the other people were saying, we're always on the opposite end of these games. You think about the Rams game from last year, the Eagles a couple years ago, 13 seconds. We always lose these games. So last night, I haven't slept. I had to come here and fucking put my ass on a Stairmaster just to wind down a little bit.
Yeah.
But the one thing I want to point out, Ed Oliver was obviously the star of the D, but I gotta shout out Bosa, man. I was completely wrong about Bosa. I thought he was coming in kind of like how Vaughn was injured, and you see him here and there. You got fucking Bosa chasing Derrick Henry in full pursuit, full sprint down the field to tackle him. He didn't catch him, obviously, but that would never have happened with Vaughn. Vaughn would have been in the backfield giving somebody a motivational speech or some shit. Bosa, full sprint downfield. He's involved in every play. He's on the floor for the fumble. I'm so happy we got this guy because he seems super motivated and he seems like he's trying to turn things around and change the narrative on his career. And I'm just fucking so glad he's with us.
He's bought in, man. He's bought in. He was an unsung hero, thus far, man. It was. I'm so glad that Bills fans were able to experience that, man, because that's the first game of the year that I think we've won in quite some time.
Yeah, thank you, guys. That's all I got, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, appreciate it, bro.
Man, you enjoy the rest of your cardio right there, the Stairmaster.
Dude, look, people haven't even slept.
Dude, listen, man. Like I was able to go to bed luckily at 12. I think it was just the crash of adrenaline for me. And I did not make it to the gym this morning because obviously I slept in a little bit. But I mean, hey, it's worth it. I had to come on here. I had to start the stream a bit early. We are rocking about an hour and a half right now. Lex is in the building now. Lex, what up?
I had to march. And it got to the dance at the end. I'll never forget, we do the slitting thing.
Yo, man, what's up? You're on air.
And then when we get up, we do that 1, 2, 3, 4, up, kick, out. And as soon as I kick,
hell yeah, brother.
So it does that all the time now. Like I have to actively use my muscles to keep my knee in place. And I'm trying to fix my posture and stand on my heels and keep my toes up in the way and be on my arc. It's like constantly trying to walk while actively doing things from every level of my body, and it's hard. And my knee, it need help.
I don't think he knows he's
on air, brother.
He doesn't know.
I don't think my boy Lex knows he's on air.
No.
That's okay.
I hope his leg gets better though.
Yeah, most definitely. I hope that we didn't violate any HIPAA violations right there. You know what I mean? Like, let's hope we didn't violate any HIPAA going on right there. But shout out to Lex. We're gonna try again here in a second. Man. That's my guy. And someone's giving him medical advice in the chat. They're like, ballet, bro. That's how you do it. All right, we got Cotter Talks Buffalo. Cotter, what up, man? How you doing?
What's up, guys? Oh my god, that was.
What up, Connor?
Oh my god, he was just talking to himself. I just want to say you guys are my favorite Bills podcasters. I watch you guys all the time, every day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Connor.
Love your content. Man, I cannot believe that game last night. I was straight up I was thinking about going to bed, and then slowly we just, I don't know, ticked away at this point. It's crazy.
Dude, you know what? It's wild. Like me and Tommy were saying, every single opportunity where the ball needed to fall our way or something needed to go our way, it went our way. And it sounds sinful for that to come out of my mouth because it never happens. It never happens. And it did. It's victory laps all over the place. And I have yet to see a single Ravens fan in here either. And a lot of them were in here last night.
Dude, I gotta say, they gotta chill out. They're taking personal shots at you. You're a clown, Dan Mitchell. You're a clown.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying,
it's a game.
dude.
It's just a game.
Bro, I'm a fan. I said that my fan. I said my team was gonna win. You act like I should be on some sort of watch list for it. Holy hell! Damn, Mitchell, you clown! Dude, me being in this business, man. I get death threats. I get people.
Oh, it's.
Trying to dox me. I've been doxxed before and stuff like that or whatever.
Really? I've never gotten that, dude. But it gets wild. Well, you got a lot more, but followers.
But luckily what they did find was that they found a house that I rent out.
Wow, that's so wild.
So they doxed the address of my tenants, but I was just all right, I mean, come on, right?
That's
why,
insanity.
Gentlemen. That's why it's great to make sure when you purchase your homes, make sure you purchase it via an LLC, my friend. Good job.
I guess so.
I've learned that the hard way. Go ahead.
Oh my
god.
Oh, dude, it's definitely wild. It's definitely wild. But who were your standouts of the game, Connor? Who do you think is an unsung hero that Tommy and I have not touched on today?
Let's think. I mean, obviously, I feel like Greg Rousseau had a decent game. Him and Bosa both got pressure at times. They just, Lamar Jackson is going to be Lamar Jackson. He's going to somehow find a way to get out of that. But I feel Dorrance Strong was not that bad, personally. I didn't see him, getting burned that bad. So probably him. And then I could tell you who I don't think had a good game. That's what I could tell you.
There you go. Yeah.
Talk to us, man. Talk to us. What are the negatives here?
I don't think
some negatives. We want the negatives.
I don't think the linebackers had a good day at all. Like Bernard and Milano, honestly, like they were just putting them on the line to blitz like half the time. It was so annoying. Like they didn't put them in coverage at all. And besides like a few like tackles here and there, they could have done a lot better. I feel like TJ Sanders had a few good plays here and there, breaking through the line. Didn't see much from Deion Walker, unfortunately. Javon Solomon got like a pressure, I think, on that
Shout
one
out
sack
Solomon.
early in the game. And Christian Benford looked all right, I'd say. He wasn't bad.
Yeah, man. You know what? It was a recipe for success, indeed. Connor, we appreciate all the love, man.
Thanks, Connor.
Of course, man.
Thank you for coming in. Thank you for showing love as you do. Folks, we're going to have to close the Garage Beer Hotline. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. My boy Lex, feel free to go on ahead and try and call back another episode, my friend. My guy, once you figure all that out. Guys, listen, I pinned Tommy's YouTube channel at the top of this, right at the top of this live chat. Go subscribe to his channel. He does a great job over there in case you want to go on ahead, show him a little bit of love. He'll be here after every single post game that the Buffalo Bills play all season long, where we unpack, take calls, we give our initial thoughts, everything along those lines. I am pumped to continue this series. Tommy, what do you got to say to the audience before we let them go?
Dude, this was a blast today. I had a great time. This is hey, I couldn't ask for a better week one with Dan Mitchell, right? Victory Monday. It wasn't a loss. We're not here pissed off on a Monday with our first show me and you are doing together. This was great. This is the way to open up the season, right? So appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys rock, man. You guys are showing love to me and to Dan, obviously. Every day. And Dan, shout out to you, man. I don't know if anyone works harder in this biz than you do. So appreciate you giving me the opportunity to work next year this season. And that's all. That's all I got, man. Bills Mafia, you guys rule, man.
Yeah, man, most definitely. Folks, please sound off in the comments if, for example, you watch the replay of this episode. Make sure you stay tuned for Fourth and Forever here, starting in about an hour and 50 minutes. We have the Bills Roundtable later today on the Bills Roundtable YouTube channel. Myself, Z-Bot. And then afterwards, we also have the AFC East SmackDown, where I'm going to be laying the law to TD about losing to Danny Dimes. I'm going to be laying the law out for old man Aaron Rodgers out there.
Poor TD.
In his old secondary. And how about Geno against the Pats, too? I'm sorry for hyping up the Patriots. Apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we will see you later, guys. Go Bills. Big win.
Go Bills.
Enjoy the rest of your day, Bills Mafia, because Lord knows you deserve it. Peace.